What could be more evil than a kangaroo meat pet food slaughterhouse? And Judy Morris, the famous Australian actress who's doing a pretty dang decent American accent in this movie, is there to expose the grisly business of kangaroo hunting. See, those Americans, they're such wimps. Those animal rights people, we've been killing these kangaroos for centuries. Who do they think they are, telling us what we can shoot? But the kangaroo slaughterhouse, that's just one of the greatest horror film settings in history, I think. Okay, you know what I want to do? Is Honey here? Honey, are you back there?
What?
Come on out here a minute. I need you to help me do this. Wait, have you guys seen that show on TBS, Dinner and a Movie? Yeah. You know, where they cook Swedish meatballs while you're watching Meatballs 2 or something? I never did get the premise of the show, but they like each other, those two people. I don't... Anyhow, we can do that. We can do that right here on Monstervision. Because, there you are. Ladies and gentlemen, the TNT Mail Girl, all right?
Yes?
Okay, I know you're not supposed to be on until the next segment, but we're going to do something special tonight. We're going to cook a meal while the movie's on.
Why?
What? What do you mean, why? Because they do it on TBS, okay? The movie is Razorback, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I happen to have a wild boar recipe from my Uncle Rudolph. And what I need you to do is run down to the 7-Eleven before the next commercial, pick up the following ingredients, and I wrote them down for you.
I'm sorry, but they don't have wild boar at the 7-Eleven.
They don't?
No.
We'll go to the Safeway then. All right, here we go. Here's what we need. Actually, we don't need a whole wild boar, because this is called Uncle Rudolph's Vital Razorback Casserole. And what we need is 1 wild boar heart,
Ugh.
1 wild boar tongue, and the tongue has to be
No,
skinned.
this sounds awful.
Well, listen to me. This is a real recipe. Wild boar kidneys with membrane and veins removed. And, I mean, if you can't find deveined kidneys, then I'll devein them when you get here. But 1 wild boar liver, flour, vegetable oil, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 onions, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. Get Campbell's, I prefer that. 1 can of kernel corn, salt, pepper, and a big thing of macaroni and cheese. Get a double on that, okay?
I'm not eating this.
It's going to be great. It's wild pig. It'll make you younger. Come on.
I am young.
Well, it makes you younger than you are young, all right?
Are you serious?
Go, now, here, take this. We don't have much time to get the ingredients. This is great. It's going to be wonderful. TNT red meat pig night. I'm just frisky as a javelina hog doing this. Isn't this great? This is great, right? Okay, back to the movie. Hope she can cook. All right. What else they do on TBS? I want to reproduce the whole show. Well, they mumble a lot, you know. They act cool. That's what they do. Back to the movie. Going back to the movie. Like, I could give a flying freehold. Serious movie. Gregory Harrison from Trapper John, M.D. is on the case, isn't he? You know, they kind of did a Janet Leigh to us there with Judy Morris. She's about to get raped by those 2 pigs, and then she's saved from the rape because she's eaten by a real pig. Okay, well, as you can see, Honey is back from the supermarket with our ingredients for Uncle Rudolph's Vital Razorback Casserole. Here's our wild boar heart. Here's our wild boar tongue, skinned, of course. Our kidneys with, which ones are the kidneys? That's the kidneys there. That's the kidneys, yeah, that's the kidneys, with membrane and veins removed. And our wild boar liver. Those wild boars, they have big livers, you know. All right, honey. Cut that meat into bite-sized pieces and dredge it in seasoned flour.
I'm not touching that meat.
Look, it's easy. You take the thing, you put it on the thing, you take this, you go bite-sized pieces. You know, boy, those boars, they're tough, aren't they? You know, you hit the thing, bite-sized pieces. Here, try it. Just, you know, but dice the thing up, bite-sized pieces. You got to hit it harder than that, honey. You just try to... Yeah, that's right. Keep doing that. All right. And speaking of wicked knives, the redneck Goonie brothers from the Kangaroo Meat Factory are not through, as we'll see when we return to the Australian horror classic, Razorback. Bite-sized pieces. Come on. That's only bite-sized for a sumo wrestler. Come on, this is a delicacy. Let me show you.
I'm not eating this.
All right, look, let me at this thing. Let me show this. See that? Bite size. Hit the thing. Good. Okay. guess by now you can tell that the director of Razorback did music videos before he got that job. I love that hallucination stuff in the desert, you know, with the machete and the guy blowing his brains out and the three-legged dog and all the skeletons and the cars stuck up in the trees. And all of that is from the mind of Russell Mulcahy, who, when he made this movie, is mostly known for Duran Duran videos. And also he did Elton John videos, Rod Stewart, Paul McCartney, Billy Joel, Kim Carnes, back in the early 80s, the golden days of music videos. And then later he'd go on to direct Highlander and Highlander 2 and The Real McCoy. So anyhow, tonight's recipe on Monstervision is Uncle Rudolph's Vital Razorback Casserole. And so far, we've taken the heart and tongue and kidneys and liver of a wild boar. We've dredged it in seasoned flour, or we're going to do it right now. Yay, you know, dredge. Just take a little bite-sized piece, you dredge it in seasoned flour. Now we're going to stick it in this frying pan with about 2 tablespoons of oil in the bottom. I like to save the grease from the last gopher I fried in a thing like this. But we're just going to put it in there, let it sizzle until it's a delicious golden brown.
It's already brown.
I'm also going to put 2 cloves of garlic in here, a couple of cloves. I'm also going to put 1 large onion, quartered and sliced.
Well, if I was you, I would
This is all in the recipe.
triple the garlic and onions if I were you.
You know, thank you for that cooking tip, honey. Who's doing this, all right? Who's doing this?
You are.
Okay, thank you very much. Here, take over. Put these things in there. Well, no, dredge them first. I put it in there before it was dredged. It has to be dredged in here, then you put it in here. You just keep doing it. All right, back to the wild pig version of Jaws, better known as Razorback. Just kind of prod it with the fork once you get it in there. So they put that comedy scene right in the middle of the movie where the giant Razorback pulls half that guy's house off while he's watching TV. You know, this is one of those deals like Alien, though, where you never quite get to see the whole Razorback, and I think that's probably a good idea, because if you saw that whole thing, you'd go, it's a pig. And so, and speaking of pigs, how is that Razorback casserole coming, honey?
It's coming.
Well, we're going to add some ingredients now as our wild boar vital parts continue to sizzle. Here's 1 can of Campbell's cream of mushroom soup. Just dump that in there. All right. Good. 1 can of kernel corn. Mix all that up in there. We take some little salt, little pepper. All right? Ooh, boy. I'm starting to get excited because it's starting to have a little bit of an aroma, isn't it?
You noticed too.
That is wild boar that you bought under there, right?
Yeah, that's what it smells like.
Okay, great. All right. Uncle Rudolph, vital Razorback casserole prepared before your very eyes. You know what would be great? I wish we had some of that stuff you put in frito pie. I'd like to have that in there all mixed up with it.
Here, will you do this for a while? I think I need to go put my face under the shower.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I'm getting kind of used to it. It's starting to, you know, when we first started cooking this, it did smell, I have to admit, it smelled like an old dirty sock. But now it smells more like, I don't know, a new dirty sock. So, back to the movie.